The Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. Hello and welcome to this player prop edition of the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. I'll be flying solo here for this prop show on Thursday, December 18th. While I do the little intro stuff here, going to show our puck buck bets for tonight on the screen in case you missed last night's show. Make sure you go back and listen to that. Some good banter, good analysis there. Looking back on it, I have probably too many puck lines here. Some of them are, doubled up wild money line, wild puck line, Rangers money line, Rangers puck line. But hopefully I don't doesn't screw me there. But if you missed that, those are our puck buck plays for Thursday night. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. We're up to 995 subscribers, so we are 5 away from 1,000. So if you're not subscribed, doesn't hurt. Just press the subscribe button. We hear all the time people find us and then forget about us and then can't find us again. So, subscribe. And if you don't like us later on, you can always unsubscribe. So, doesn't hurt anything. And it helps us out here on the show. Also, of course, make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. You can also reach out to us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. And in the Sports Gambling Podcast Network Discord, you can go to sg.pn/discord to get in there in the hockey channel. We got a 10-game slate here. I have a few props for most games. A few of the games only have 1 or 2 props, but let's get right into things here. Going to start at the Blackhawks and Canadians, and my only prop is going to be here on Andre Burakovsky. Look at him, 28 games, 21 points, respectable there. Only 36 shots on goal in those 28 games. And, looking at here at his game logs, his recent games, 1-1-1-1, 0-2-1-0. Like in December, he's only had 2 shots on goal in 1 game. Since November 15th, he's only had multiple shots on goal in 2 games, with 11 shots on goal in total in 13 games there. So I'm taking his under 1.5 shots on goal at -148. He's not attempting a ton of shots either. You see over here, total shot attempts, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0, 4 is his high in the past 13 games there. So fading Burakovsky tonight for the Hawks. I'm seeing Hal here in the chat saying he likes top line tonight for the Hawks. Nazar, Bertuzzi, and Burakovsky. That could be a nice little point stack there. I have liked Bertuzzi. He's been pretty good cashing in on some goals, 16 goals, 26 points in 30 games there. So if they do score without Bedard, it is probably going to be that top line. So, that's something where if I've seen people do, like, if they like a team to lose, but that specific line to do well. So we can do let's do a Bertuzzi 2 points. Let's do a 2-point for Bertuzzi and 2 points for Burakovsky, and then so that gets you to 575. If you take that with the Canadians winning, it gets you up to 17-1 there. And I could see that be very possible. Chicago only scoring from their top line, each getting 2 points there for Burakovsky and Bertuzzi. But I'm not saying that myself, but just stuff like that is worth looking at. I'll bring that up as we move along here as well. But for this game, the only thing I have is that Burakovsky under 1.5 shots on goal. Going down to the Kings and the Lightning. Once again, just one play here, and it's not particularly strong. Kevin Fiala over 2.5 shots on goal at -114, -120 around there. Does have 100 shots in 33 games, so that's exactly 33. Just over 3 shots per game There, 3 shots on goal in 4 straight games, and he's shooting the puck a lot. 9, 7, 8, and 4 shot attempts, 3 or more shots on goal in 7 of his 8 games here in December. So, we're seeing him shoot more. And on the season now, 3 or more shots in 20 of 33 games. So getting a minus 120 number on that isn't too bad. It is going on the road in Tampa Bay, and there's a back-to-back for the Kings. So that is something to watch out for. He has 61 shots, though, in 19 road games, as opposed to 39 in 14 home games. Let's just see at a few of his recent back-to-backs what he's done. Vancouver, only 1 shot on 4 attempts. Boston, no shots on 3 attempts. And Chicago, only 2 shots. So, maybe not too strong on that one on the back-to-back for Fiala, but that's the only real thing I'm looking at there. Not really expecting too much to go on in that game, especially if it is Vasilevsky back in net for the Lightning, which I'm pretty sure it is, and the Kings always play low-scoring games there. So, maybe some Lightning props against Phoenix Copley, but Fiala is my only one here I am looking at for the show. Of course, make sure you guys check out the SGPN app for all of our picks and podcasts for every sport. As we move down here to the Leafs at the Capitals, I'm going to be targeting 2 defensemen here. First off, Morgan Riley, over 1.5 shots on goal at minus 130 is the best price out there. He has 61 shots in 31 games, so just under 2 per game, but he's been shooting the puck a lot as of late. Looking at his game log here, 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, 2, 3. That's the 6 November or December games. He's gone over in 5 of them. And he's a lot of shot attempts, 4, 6, 4, 6, 9, 3, and 6. So, he's been doing damage there from the blue line for the Maple Leafs, getting pucks on net. So minus 130 there against the Capitals. They're a tough team, might keep them to the outside a bit. So you could see a few more chances for Riley. He had a goal on 2 shots on 4 attempts in the first meeting in Washington back on November 28th there. And I think I saw last season he had 5, 2, and 3 shot attempts in his 3 games against the Capitals. So that's 4 straight games against the Caps with at least 2 shots on goal here for Morgan Riley. That is at minus 130. And a bit of a stronger play and a potential ladder play is Jacob Chikrin for the Capitals. He has 110 shots on goal in 33 games this season, so over 3 shots on goal per game. Over 2.5 shots on goal in this game is minus 154. You can get him over 3.5, though. That's definitely going to be plus odds there at plus 158. Looking at his most recent games here, 4 shots on 11 attempts last game, 3 shots on 8 attempts the game before that. Only 1 shot against the Hurricanes, but still had 5 shot attempts, and then 5, 2, 4, and 4 before that. So when he shoots, he usually shoots a ton, 3 or more in 23 of 33 games this season, which includes 4 or more in 19 of 33. So getting plus odds on Chikrin to have 4 shots on goal there, definitely not a bad look. And even he's got 5 shots on goal 9 times, which is, the same, almost the same amount of times that he's had less than 3. So if you're going to take Chikrin, always look at that ladder play there. Over 4.5 is plus 350 there. Against Toronto in the first meeting, he had 4 shots on goal and had 4 shots on goal in one of the meetings last year as well. So over 2.5, over 3.5 is probably as much as I would play it here on Chikrin. Okay, over here at 7 p.m. going up to Boston now. Let me start with the Boston side here. I'm expecting, I like Boston in this game. I think they are good home underdogs. And Elias Lindholm, he has not been shooting the puck much. He is one to maybe target for an under 1.5 on goal as well. He only has 34 shots in 24 games. But where I'm looking is him to get an assist at plus 150. 16 assists in his 24 games this season. Good assist streak here in his recent games since returning from injury. No points in his first 2 games, But after that, he's had 12 points, including 11 assists in his past 9 games. Has an assist in 7 of those 9 games there. So plus 150. I think he's on the top line still. Yeah, he's on the top line with Morgan Geeky and David Pastrnak, and on that top power play unit as well. So you got Geeky and Pastrnak are the scorers, the shooters, and Lindholm going to get the assist. So the assist there at plus 150 is a good look I like for Elias Lindholm. Then on the Oilers side, let's just start with McDavid. McDavid over 1.5 points at plus 110 at DraftKings. It is down to minus 110 at other books. I think I would only play this at plus money, but he's just on fire right now. 56 points now in 34 games. I think he's up there, right up there with McKinnon for the league lead in scoring. And you just look at these recent games: 4 points, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, and 4. So what's that? 7 of his past 8 games here have had at least or 6 of 7 with 20 total points in that span. I know it's Swayman. I do like the Bruins here. But McDavid to get 2 points just seems like a good bet if you can get it at plus money right now. I'm just seeing what I can get for just play around with McDavid 2 points. I also do like Zach Hyman to get a point. Let me pull up his game log here on Hockey Reference. He has 13 points now in 15 games. He's on a 4-game point streak, including a hat trick in one of those games and 2 points last time out. I'm not sure what the Oilers are running with their lines nowadays. Yeah, you got Hyman on the top line with McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. So let's do 2 points for McDavid. Let's see what this gets to. 2 points McDavid, 1 point for Hyman, but the Bruins to win. I get you 8-1. I feel like that could happen there. And if you throw the under in, that's kind of trying to thread the needle a little bit. You need a 3-2, 4-2 type of win there with McDavid getting points on both goals, but that gets you up to 50-1. So like that's a very high price. You're threading the needle, but it could happen here with how Boston is playing, especially as underdogs. But for these prop plays, I like Hyman to get a point. Maybe even Hyman to score a goal, because he that is typically how he gets his points. Let me see what he is to score a goal here. Just minus 130 for a point though, and plus 190 for a goal. So that might be worth it to get that extra. What's that? Over $1.30, $1.20 in juice there to have a Hyman to score rather than just to get a point. Okay, another 7 o'clock game where I like quite a bit is the Penguins at the Senators. Going to start with the former Senator, Erik Karlsson. To get a point is minus 130, but to get an assist is plus 100. But I think assist, 22 of his 25 points have been assists, but he has scored last game, scored 4 games ago as well. But he's just feeling the offense right now, which is really all he can do at this point in his career. He's on a 5-game point streak, has points in 7 of 8 games in December, and has points in 9 of his past 11 games with 12 total points in that span. So if you can get minus 130 for a point, plus 100 for an assist, whichever way you want to take it there, I do not mind that whatsoever for Karlsson. And then also other blue liner for the Penguins, Chris Letang. Chris Letang to get an assist up at plus 195. Just seems a bit high. 14 assists in 32 games. Had a 3-game assist streak before last time out against Edmonton when he was held off the score sheet. But expecting a high-scoring game here in Ottawa. So, Karlsson and Letang, I think, could both pick up points there, definitely on the assists for the plus odds. And then Brian Rust. Brian Rust is back, and he is back with a vengeance. Goals in 4 straight games to get him to 12 goals in 30 games this season. Ottawa has goaltending issues, so plus 210 for Brian Rust to score, I think is worth a look there as well for Pittsburgh. And on the Ottawa side of things, I'm just looking at Tim Stützle here, over 1.5 points at 2-1. He has 33 points in 32 games, 4 straight games with at least 2 points there, and he has at least 3 shots on goal in 3 straight games. That's also plus 12. He has been shooting the puck a bit more recently as I pull up his overall game log. 6-3, 4-1, 4 in his past 5 games there, with 6, 6, 8, 5, and 7 shot attempts. So, but in a high pace, high event game here. A lot of goals, a lot of points. So Stützle points, maybe Stützle shots on goal, and then Rust goal, Carlson assist, and Letang assist for the Penguins. Okay, we are brought to you by Kalshi, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. In all 50 states, you can trade tons of markets in sports, including NFL, college football, college basketball, and NBA, NHL, and more. They also have tons of other markets, including politics, entertainment, and even the weather. At Kalshi, you can trade anything. You can get $20 when you use promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. And of course, Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog has you covered this holiday season with Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. And Underdog has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. All right, so the final 7 o'clock game here is the Wild at the Blue Jackets. I know there's injuries here on both sides, more so to the Wild with some of their depth pieces. But I'm going to be looking here at Joel Eriksson Ek. He's minus 154, minus 160 around there to get a point, but I believe he is on the Wild top line. Yep, with Kaprizov and Boldy, which means he's on the top power play unit there as well, with Quinn Hughes now, of course, in Minnesota. So Eriksson Ek here has a 5-game point streak with 8 points in that span. I see Minnesota being able to get quite a few goals here against the Blue Jackets. I like the Wild a lot in this one. So minus 154, I think I would take there for Eriksson to continue his point streak going there. He had 2 points in the first meeting against the Jackets earlier this season on October 11th with 2 assists. So most of his points are assists. You want to take him for that. You might be able to get a plus number for an Eriksson Ek assist is plus 136. That might be worth it compared to the minus 160 you get at some other shops here. Okay, down to the 7:30 game here with my Philadelphia Flyers. Got quite a few ones. Picks game. Let me start on the Sabres side. Let's run through these Sabres real quick. Rasmus Dahlin over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 105. He's gone over in 3 straight games and 4 of his past 5. The Flyers are a team that likes to keep things to the outside. They'll let defensemen shoot from the point, and Dahlin will be able to do that on the season. Now he has 3+ shots in 17 of 29 games. So getting essentially a pick 'em here for him to get 3 is a good look there. And he has 4 shots on goal in 12 of those 29 games. So plus 240 for him to get 4, I think could be worth a look. Only had 1 shot on goal on 4 attempts in the first game in Philadelphia, but he was ejected there in the second period. As you can see, he only played 16 minutes. So like that play, only paying a little juice at minus 105. Alex Tuck to record a point at minus 148, I think is worth a look as well. Has points in 3 straight, now has 28 points in 31 games. He's going to be one of the big guys that could potentially be moved at the deadline here. Has points in 6 of his past 7 games, so he's feeling good there in Buffalo. Minus 150. Sam Harrison in net for the Flyers, so Buffalo should be able to get a few against him. And also looking at Josh Norris. You can get Josh Norris to record a point, but I'm taking him to get an assist at plus 150. The point odds are currently sitting at minus 130. So yeah, he has 8 points in 6 games. 6 of them are assists. He has an assist in every game and only has 2 goals in one of those games against Winnipeg. So I like that assist number at plus 150 there. Plus 145 is fine if you get that at BetMGM. And that's it for the Sabres side of things. But let's start the Flyers here. Let's start with Matvei Michkov. Matvei Michkov is a guy that's been under fire in Philadelphia, only 18 points in 32 games. But if there's a team that Matvei Michkov loves playing, it's the Buffalo Sabres. He has multiple points in all 4 games against the Sabres in his career, had 2 assists there back on December 3rd. And then last year against Buffalo, he had 2 assists on November 16th, and then they played a few times late in the season. He had 2 goals on March 29th and then 2 goals and an assist in the final game of the season. So something about those Sabres. He just gets up for those games against Buffalo. So plus for a point. 2 points is plus 550. That's probably the way I will be playing it. He has multiple points all 4 games against Buffalo, as I mentioned. So Michkov there, just a sneaky play. No game log to look at there. He's a guy that can get streaky, and he's not streaky right now, but hopefully he can for the Fly guys. But one guy that has been going is Trevor Zegras, 33 points in 32 games on a career high 4-game goal streak here. He's just been fantastic in Philadelphia. 5-game point streak, points in 9 of his past 10. He has a point in 23 of 32 games this season. So minus 154, minus 160 there for a point. I also do like him plus 240 for a goal. He's been shooting the puck, not afraid to take some one-timers there on the power play. He has a great move if he gets in close on a breakaway or on a 2-on-1. So goals in 11 of 32 games, plus 240 against Buffalo. I will be taking that tonight. And then Zegras' line mates. Christian Dvorak has been having a career year. Christian Dvorak is up to 23 points. 16 of them are assists, primarily playing with Trevor Zegras. And Christian Dvorak is plus 220 to record an assist. He has an assist in 2 straight games, 5 of his past 6. On the season, he has assists in 14 of 32, so just under half his games, but plus 220, playing with Zegras, playing also with Travis Konechny, who I like to pick up an assist at plus 130. His numbers are kind of similar to Norris and, assists versus points there for the price-wise, but 20 assists, 29 points in 32 games for Konechny, 3 straight games with an assist. Has an assist in 4 of his last 5, 5, 6, 7 of his past 9 there as well. So plus money for Konechny to get an assist. He's fed Zegras on a few of those goals. So like that whole line there, the Zegras, Konechny, Dvorak line. You can stack that. You can choose whichever way you want to play them, along with Michkov, of course. Michkov 2 points, plus 550. Lock that in. Okay, at 8 o'clock here, you have the back-to-back between the Rangers and the Blues. And, I like the Rangers here. I also did end up liking the under quite a bit as well. You have Shesterkin against Binnington here. But JT Miller is who I'm looking at here for some shots on goal. Over 2.5 shots on goal. You can get plus 168 at FanDuel, plus 150 at DraftKings there. He has 3 shots on goal in 3 straight games. 5 of his past 6 and 6 of his past 8 there. So when he shows up, he shoots the puck. When he doesn't show up, he doesn't show up, and that's usually on the defensive end. So I'll take the plus 150 for him to get 3 shots on goal. Also saw something about Artemi Panarin potentially being out for this game. Game time decision for Panarin. So if Panarin is out, that's more of the puck share for Miller, both at 5-on-5 and on the power play. And then on the St. Louis side, Pia Suter, over 1.5 shots on goal at even money. 58 shots in 33 games there. Coming off a 6-shot game against the Jets. Had 2 shots in the game before that. Has multiple shots in 4 of his past 5 games now. Nothing special for Pia Suter, but 2 shots on goal I think is manageable for him. He had 2 shots on goal in all 3 games against the Rangers last year. So hopefully you can do that again. Okay, let me throw it to let's go down to 9 o'clock here. Seattle Kraken at the Calgary Flames. Starting on the Kraken side of things, Chandler Stevenson has just been putting up points recently. 18 points in 31 games. He is on a 5-game point streak there. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. This could end up being like a 2-1 stinker with goaltending and not much offense. Could be going back and forth there, but 6-game point streak for Stevenson, -113 for a point. It's worth throwing out there if you want to bite on that Stevenson play. Matty Beniers also over 2.5 shots on goal here is +160, +168. He has 4, 3, 3, and 5 in his last 4 games there. So maybe seeing a little bit of philosophy change for Beniers, who he's really been disappointing for the last few years after a good rookie season. So yeah, his shot attempts are up, shots on goal are up. So hopefully he can keep that up at home or on the road there against the Flames. But the Flames side is really where my most confident play here is. Rasmus Andersson. He wants out of Calgary. He's shooting the puck every chance he gets to get out of Calgary. Looking at these most recent games, 5 shots on goal in his last game, 4 shots on goal in his 4 games before that. And we're still getting plus odds for him to get 3 shots on goal. Yeah, recent games, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 6 shots on goal. His shot attempts on in those games are 7, 8, 12, 7, 9, and 11. So, over 1.5 is -198. That's probably a little bit too much juice for me, but over 2.5 +146, over 3.5 +390, and over 4.5 is 10-1. He's done that once in his past 2 games, twice in his past 8. But that over 2.5, over 3.5, I think is right where the money is going to be made here on Andersson against the Kraken. Previous games against the Kraken, he had 5 shots on goal last season in the last meeting on 8 attempts in that one. So Rasmus Andersson, looking at him to shoot the puck, and also Mackenzie Weegar on the Flames blue line. Recent games, 3, 5, 4, 1, and 4 shots on goal for Weegar. He has similar price here, Andersson is +110 for the 3 shots on goal, +128 at FanDuel, but Weegar is at +145. I was confusing there. I was reading the wrong lines for these two. But Weegar, 3, 5, 4, 1, and 4, 10 shot attempts last game, 8 and 9 in the 2 games before that. So I see at least one of those guys getting 3 shots on goal. They're both at plus odds. Yeah, Andersson, I'm much more confident in. He has 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 6 in his past 6 games. So the 3 number and the over 3.5 at +320 for Andersson, and then Weegar are the odds that I read off for Andersson before. Andersson's more confident play. Weegar, I think, is just over 2.5 for him on the blue line there in Calgary. Okay, down to the last game here, the Stars at the Sharks. It's really hard to not look at Macklin Celebrini props right now. 51 points in 34 games, 4 points on 7 shots on goal last time out against the Flames. Obviously, the Stars are a little bit better than the Flames, to say the least, but shots on goal, 7, 6, and 6 in his past 3 games with 4, 3, and 1 points there. -125 for an assist, I think, is a good look. He has 33 assists in 34 games. Over 1.5 points at +180. He has multiple points in 14 of 34 games, and Dallas is a tough opponent, so don't go too strong on that, but I think that is kind of long there for Celebrini to get 2 points. But yeah, Celebrini is the guy you got to ride for the Sharks. Also possibly ride the hot streak of John Klingberg. He's had a few goals recently, 3 straight games with a goal there. Yeah, Hal saying there in the chat, +800 for a goal for John Klingberg. I mean, ride the hot hand while you can. Maybe we missed it. Maybe we missed it with his 3-game goal streak, but 5-game point streak still. You can get +130 for a point, +800 for a goal here, as Hal mentions in the chat, and for an assist, +176. So see if Klingberg can stay hot there for San Jose at home. And then on Dallas's side of things, just looking at Wyatt Johnston for an assist at +105 there for the Stars. He has 39 points, 22 assists in 34 games this season. Had a goal and an assist last game. Did not get a point the game before that as they were shut out. But since going back to November 25th, looking at his past 12 games here, 12 assists, 18 points. So, plus 105 for an assist. To get a point is probably a little bit juicy, but he had an assist in all 4 games against the Sharks so far, including on December 5th there against the Sharks at home. That was a 4-1 winner for the Stars. He had 2 assists in that one. Johnston for a point, minus 212. That's way too juicy. So I'll take the assist there at a plus 105 for Wyatt Johnston. Okay, we are brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. At Novig, you're getting the best prices. You get reduced juice on most bets out there. So download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm has crushed it this NFL season, especially on props and when to fade players and take those unders. Of course, you got college basketball and plenty of other sports there. So super easy to sign up. You can run predictions off the house models or play with the sliders to make your own. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. Use promo code SGPN25. All right, those are my player props for the 10-game slate tonight. Also going to quickly run through the team total shots on goal plays that I have. I know these are not available at every book. They're available at the Canby books normally, which is Bet Rivers, Sugar House. There's more out there. I think Leo Vegas in Canada has them there. But if you can't get team total shots on goal, you can play the opposing goalie saves over and under. That correlates pretty closely as well. You don't have to worry about empty netters there as well, which also does help a little bit. But going to start here with the Washington Capitals. Under 32.5 shots on goal against the Leafs. Just looking at the recent games, Caps have 25 shots on goal in each of their past 3 games. Had 38 against Columbus before that, but 21 in Anaheim before that. And Toronto here they allowed 25 to Chicago, 37 to Edmonton. But this is more so just thinking Washington is playing more of a tight checking game recently. Just looking at their recent games here, just playing more low event hockey. Toronto's going to want to slow things down after, control the game more after that comeback against Chicago. And the first meeting, Washington did have 34 shots on goal, but I like the under here. I think 28 or 32.5. It's just too high, way too high of a number. These numbers should be 28, 29, 32.5. Maybe they get there again, but it's a lot to ask in today's NHL. But I am taking the Leafs over 25.5. I think at least one of these hits. It's quite possible that both of these hit. Toronto 27, 28, 30 in their past 3 games. Washington's allowing 32, 35, 39, 39, 38 in their past 5. So Toronto's going to control play, get some shots on goal. And I just think 25.5 is way too low for a Toronto team. Averages 27.12. Capitals allow 27.36. And on offense, the Caps only average 29. Leafs allow 31 against. So hopefully we see those averages here and we're able to cash in on both sides of that. Then have the Los Angeles Kings on the back-to-back under 26.5. This is something I have looked at recently with trying to look at how teams play on back-to-backs and either taking their unders pretty much, either fade them or don't. And or don't play at all. And the Kings in their last back-to-back had 23 shots on goal. I'm pretty sure on their one before that, they also had around 23. And the Lightning aren't allowing a ton of shots right now. A few tough games there on the road, especially, blowout games when they're going to be having more score effects. But I see a kind of low scoring game here. Lightning have allowed 24 shots, 17 shots in their past 2 games there. Looking at the season averages for these teams, Tampa Bay only allows 27 overall, 26.3 at home. And the back-to-back, I think, is going to really come into play here for the Kings. So under 26 and a half shots on goal there for the Kings. Canadians under 28 and a half here is my next play I'm looking at. Let me just find that game. Yeah, home here against the Blackhawks. Maybe they do try to pile up the shots after losing to the Flyers, but they just have not been able to do that recently. 22, 27, 17, 29, 27, 26 shots on goal there in their past 6-7 games. Chicago's not allowing a ton either. 27, 23, 26, and 21 since that 53 goal or shot outburst by the Ducks back on December 7th. So they're playing better defensively in terms of shots on goal against. Kind of have to play that way without Connor Bedard. Looking at the season totals here, Canadians are averaging 25. Blackhawks do allow 30 per game, but I just don't see Montreal getting that number. Right now, they're not shooting the puck nearly enough for them. Next play here is going to be Boston at home against the Oilers. I think Boston tries to control it with their pace, control the pace here a little bit, and under 27 and a half. Edmonton has allowed this recently, 30, 27, 28, 28, 28, but 21 before that, 32, 24, 26. And also just Boston very up and down with their shots. They had 31 in Minnesota, but they were losing in that game. Utah only had 23. Winnipeg at 24. So see a lower scoring game here, low event from Boston at 27 and a half. Next play is Buffalo, also under 27 and a half against my Fly Guys. Rick Tocchet loves playing a good defensive road game. Flyers only allowed 22 shots in Montreal, only 32 in Carolina on the back-to-back, which was a good effort after a bad first period. Just a very low event hockey here. I see Buffalo 23 and 15 in their past two games. Flyers are one of the best teams in the league at allowing shots on goal. 25.75 is their season average, and even on the road, that's only 27. So see another good road game here from my Fly Guys. Going with the Blues under 26 and a half here as well. Let me find that. Yeah, that's the back-to-back against the Rangers. Also have the Rangers. Yeah, Blues and Rangers both under 26 and a half. Just see a really low event, slow, boring game here. Blues played last night. Shots were 26-24. Their game before that was 22-25. Rangers not playing very high event hockey themselves either. So yeah, this could be a spot where you just take the game total under, but their first meeting in New York, shots were 22-21. So I think at least one of these hits, and it's very possible that both of these do. And then finally, for the late game, taking Dallas under 28 and a half. Maybe hoping for a bit of score effects here, but in the first meeting, shots were 24-17. Dallas now going to San Jose, where Dallas has not been shooting the puck recently. 26, 15, 18, 19, 23, and 24, and 28. So 26, 26, 28. They have not gone over 28 and a half in their past 10 games. They might be able to against the Sharks. This is not one of my top plays because the Sharks have been allowing a ton of shots on goal all season long, but I'm hoping Dallas kind of just plays that low event, low scoring hockey that they've kind of been playing more recently. So Stars, they're under 28 and a half. Okay, I think that's about gonna do it here for me. I haven't looked at any of the Friday games yet, but yeah, make sure you check us out on Friday. It should be live around 6 p.m. Eastern. If we have any particularly strong plays for that night, we will mention them live on the show. So make sure you are subscribed on the YouTube. Just search Hockey Element Podcast there on YouTube. We've also been pumping it out on the Twitter at HockeySGPN, trying to get up to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And make sure you get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. All right. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop. See ya.